let's listen to this video real quick. Ma'am, I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. Ma'am just got sentenced to 96 months in federal prison. You see, she looks sad, right? Okay. Now you know why.
Y'all keep asking me how I feel. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have like too many words. I when am I going? I don't know that either. They're gonna send me a letter in the mail. Where I'm going, I don't know that either. They're gonna send that in the mail. Um, but I'm definitely gonna update y'all. I'm definitely gonna post it. Um, I talked to my kids, all of my kids last night. They kind of blowed. I'm blowed. Um, I know why it was so excessive, but I don't even know if I'm able to say. Like, here's the thing: the reason why. So when I had burned it out, in my bun like little stipulations or whatever, it had up there that I ain't allowed to talk about my case, period. And I think that's kind of strange. Like, y'all wouldn't let me defend myself because a lot of shit was a bunch of fucking lies, bro. And y'all so dumb and hate me so bad that you'll believe anything. Anything. So, yeah, that part just really be eating me up. That I
So I was on Instagram last night and she just I
I
don't know, I ended up on her feed and she was talking and I was like, federal prison? Girl, my ears opened right up. I was like, what happened? I was like, what happened, girl? Say less. Then it got to the end and I was like, wait a second, WSB TV. Wait a second, Atlanta. I was just seeing I was like, baby, $3.5 million. What happened, sis? You girl, I was up to like, I don't know, 1:30, pulling everything, looking, being nosy, reading. Okay. She just got sentenced maybe a day or two ago. I think on the 12th. What day was girl, yesterday. 96 months. Okay. 96 months, baby. Hold on a second. I wasn't prepared. I'm sort of prepared, but not because I thought we were gonna run through Diddy, but I don't like all of the having to stop and start, and then also the texts are kind of a bit cumbersome. Okay. So she did take a plea, girl, 8 years in federal prison, and that was with a plea agreement. She had to plead guilty. Okay. Let me. Okay, hold on one second. Let's do this first. Uh, okay. So the one right here where she shows. Hold on. Girl, sis was making some coin and displaying it all over her TikTok. Let me turn the music off. Sis was, I don't know what sis was doing with the money, but baby, $3.5 million tax preparer scam. She's over here doing boots on the ground. She's posting with Corvettes, you know, giving, I don't know if she has, girl, I don't know if she has a BBL or not. I have no idea, but baby, um just all of the things that I guess is going to get you noticed. Let me see. What was I reading last night? Let's take a look at this. So this is from the United States Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Georgia. This is what they wrote up. Tax preparer who admitted to filing more than $3.5 million in fraudulent tax returns tied to a multi state investigation of COVID-19 pandemic unemployment benefit scheme in which she received a percentage of the ill gotten gains and was sentenced to serve 8 years in prison for her crime. Let me make sure y'all can see this. Jessica Crawford, 34, of Athens, Georgia, was sentenced to serve 96 months in prison to be followed by 5 years of supervised release by the U.S. District Judge Tillman E. Tripp Self III on May 8th. Crawford previously pled guilty to one count of wire fraud and one count of aiding and assisting in preparing and presenting false income taxes in 2024. There is no parole in the federal system. Federal law enforcement undercovered a large scale tax return scheme during the pandemic and was costing taxpayers while benefiting fraudsters, said acting U.S. Attorney C. Chanel Booker. Alongside our law enforcement partners, federal prosecutors will continue to uphold the law and pursue justice in these cases. Crawford used her position as a tax preparer to defraud the United States government through the CARES Act program intended for those unemployed because the COVID-19 pandemic, said Atlanta Field Office Assistant Special Agent Lisa Fontanet. In addition, she continued her theft of taxpayers' money by fraudulently filing tax returns on behalf of her clients. The sentencing Crawford received should serve notice for unscrupulous taxpayers that IRS criminal investigation special agents and law enforcement partners will continue to investigate and up and holding them accountable for their unethical conduct. Jessica lied about taking advantage of funds designed to help those who were truly in need during the pandemic, said Paul Brown, special agent in charge of FBI Atlanta. FBI and our law enforcement partners will continue to identify and hold accountable anyone who defrauds taxpayers. According to the court documents and statements made in court, FBI agents investigating a multi state unemployment benefit scheme conducted during COVID-19 pandemic discovered text messages between individuals involved in the scheme and Crawford, a taxpayer with Crawford's tax services in Athens. Crawford filed for pandemic unemployment assistance benefits on behalf of those individuals who had created fake businesses and submitted false information to fraudulently obtain benefits. In return, Crawford received a percentage of the ill-gotten gain. Internal Revenue Service criminal investigation agents executed a undercover operation at Crawford's business in April of 22 as part of a continuing investigation. The undercover agent met Crawford to have taxes prepared, and Crawford asked if the undercover agent did anything on the side. At first, the UA responded no, but Crawford said that expenses could be deducted if he did. And the UA said an aunt's lawn, he mowed an aunt's lawn sometimes, which Crawford said was a good enough. Okay, so now he's got a lawn care business, right? The UA did not provide any income or expense amount. Still, created a Schedule C business for landscaping on the UA's federal income tax return based solely on that interaction. Crawford prepared a Form 1040 and filed electronically, including a fictitious Schedule C loss of $19,373 and claimed an earned income tax credit, a child tax credit, and a qualified business income deduction, which were affected by the fraudulent Schedule C. As a result, the UA's return claimed a fraudulent federal income tax of $12,359. The IRS completed a statistical review of 1,261 total tax returns filed by Crawford in tax years 20 and 21. Of those, the IRS determined that Crawford fraudulently filed tax returns on behalf of clients, resulting in a loss to the IRS exceeding $3 million from falsely claimed Form 7202 credits for sick leave and family leave, tax credits, and dependent care credits. Okay. The case was investigated by the FBI and the IRSCI. Okay. And that's Miss Ma'am right here. Okay. On TikTok. I guess getting a tattoo. I don't know if she got a BBL or what, but she got a tattoo. She's just look. She's enjoying her life. She's has her tax prepare business and she's running her TikTok page. The video where she's talking about what happened, and it's not even like she has a lot of followers. She has 57,000 followers, but I guess maybe she wants to be an influencer. Baby, this one she got the views she wanted. Now, girl, you got 3.4 million views on this video and 8 years in jail. Okay. 8 years in federal prison. All that for no real money because she defrauded the government out of that much. Her restitution is not like, girl, it's not like Peter Thomas who has to pay over 2 million. But her restitution, let me pull it up real quick. Hold on. She's looking real sad. It's like, girl, you shouldn't have done it. Hold on. What's her surrender letter? Okay. She's not in jail. She's not in prison yet, but she's going. Make sure this doesn't have any addresses on it. I don't think it does. But let's cut to the chase. Sis pled guilty to counts 1 and 37. Okay. Court makes the following recommendations to the Bureau of Prisons. Court recommends the defendants are allowed to participate in RDAP programs. It's going to be like she's not even allowed to have a computer, internet. She has to have like to even have a camera. She has to have her probation officer's permission. Let me see. Restitution. So 234,155. She has a fine of $22,000, an assessment $200. Like it's about $250,000 right now, but by the time she gets out of jail in 8 years, that $250,000, unless she's very business minded and ready to handle business and can come out swinging, it's going to be tough for her because she has to pay this restitution or they will gather you right back on up. Okay. She will get gathered right on up, but the 234,155 is going to the IRS. Okay. And then $22,000 fine, $200. I was shocked when you see Peter cheated all those people at his restaurant. I know Peter, I mean, look, we're comparing apples to apples. It's another federal crime. But with what he did, and he got 18 months, Peter got 18 months. This lady got 8 years, even though maybe it's more like, okay, you defrauded the actual government, so we're going to handle you harsh over Peter defrauding his employees. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Peter got 18 months and $2 million. Peter will be going to jail. I think Peter will be going to prison soon. I think they're supposed to be sending him beginning of July, so he probably should know where he's going. Um, Girl, 8 years. I don't know how old she is. I was kind of curious, but I don't think I saw anything with her age. But when she said she spoke to her kids, all her kids, which I don't even know what that. I mean, obviously she has more than one, or more than one. But I don't know how old they are. But 8 years, that's a long time. And you were really enjoying yourself on this internet, you know? She was out here having a ball. Uh See, I don't see any kids on here. Well, this one right here. But they didn't ask to be on here, so I'm not going to show them like that. But at the end of the day, girl, a mess. Okay. 34. Hold on a second. Did it? Why'd that go in one ear? She is 34. Thank you. That went right over my head. 34. So 8 years. She'll be 42, 43. So clearly, this is kind of, I don't want to say it's a Sonya situation, but if these are her kids, let me click on them. If these are her kids on her TikTok, these are her babies. Um, that's a long time. One of them's going to be grown and the other one's going to be like middle school, getting ready to go to high school. That's a lot of time to miss from your child, for getting these, trying to get this money, um, and not thinking that they were going to come for you. Mhm. Girl, I couldn't even 8 minutes. 8 minutes, okay? And with the feds, I think you served the full sentence. Yep. That's crazy, right? Um I mean, they gave her count 1 through 36 wire fraud. Hold on. 37 count indictment. So the 37 counts of wire fraud, and then what was the last count? The last count was, we'll look at the forfeiture notice in a second. Girl, counts 37 to 72. Aid and assist or fraudulent document. Aid or assist false or fraudulent documents. Jessica, defendant herein, did willfully aid and assist in and procure counsel and advise preparation and presentation to the IRS. So this was some of her client list, but let's see. Allegations contained in count 1 through 72 of this indictment are hereby realleged and incorporated by reference into this notice for the purpose of alleging forfeiture of United States of America pursuant to the provisions in Title 18 United States Code. Upon conviction of the offense in violation of Title 18 United States Code section sets forth in counts through 36 of this indictment, the defendant shall forfeit to the United States, to pursuant to Title 9, any property, real or personal, which constitutes or derived from the proceeds traceable to the offense or a conspiracy to commit such offense, including but not limited to a money judgment in the amount to be determined. Girl, upon conviction of the offense, violation Title 26, shall forfeit the following property: taxable articles, raw materials, equipment, packages, conveyances. So she probably has to turn over almost anything and everything that can be traced back to what she was doing. Because if that was her business, like maybe she could have had multiple business, but let's just say her TikTok money. Maybe her TikTok money is okay. Whatever else she was doing, okay. Um, anything that came from that tax preparer business, not okay. Someone must have snitched. You know what? Someone could have gotten audited once they do one and then they figure out, okay, well, yeah, I mean, I get paid like $25 to cut my mother-in-law's yard, but I mean, it's extra money. It's a what would you call that? It's kind of like a one-off gig or something. It's not necessarily a business, but she told me that I could file it as a business. That's all it takes.